Hi everyone and welcome back to No One's Home. I know it's been a really big, hot, ginormous, fat minute since I've been here. So what happened? Basically with Project Tonic taking up way too much time and me editing and then me switching jobs and trying to accommodate and getting in with that and stuff like that. It just really became too hectic. I really wish I didn't have to do so much work for Project Tonic. I love it. I really do, but it's also uh, you know, not that I'm tired of it, but I feel like I'm just not over it because I really like doing it. But I wish we did have that extra help because I am so over editing it. I love it. It's fun. I love editing, but at this point, I would rather just work on my personal stuff. And that's not like I'm not saying it in a bad way that oh, I hate doing it, but it's more just I wish I had more time to do the things that I love and not just work on a collaborative thing, even though I do like doing collaborative things. I love my friends, I love Sergio, but I want to just focus on making my channel, I guess, as great as I can be and making my own podcast as good as it can be, even though it's always a hot mess. But yeah, with that being said, I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's doing safe. Sorry for my shit lighting. There is some construction going on outside, but hopefully I can edit it out or it won't be too pronounced. But today I really want to talk about VTubers and I really want to talk about Serial Experiments Lane. And I don't know if they should be two separate episodes, or if I should just focus on VTubers because I can talk about both probably for 20 or 30 minutes. Oh my god. So I tried to I edited and it took forever for me to get the 40-minute episode on my YouTube channel because it literally took about a day and a half. It took 23 hours for it to render. So I think we're going to try to keep my personal podcast to maybe 20 to 30 minutes. Or even because I don't want to, I like the 10-minute episodes and those are fun. I really, really like those, but I feel like it's a little bit rushed for content. And you know me, I can literally talk for hours about the same thing, reiterating the same points probably. But what are VTubers? Basically, they are virtual YouTubers. They are just people who have a persona and put on a little act and have a little anime avatar or a little animal or just a little art piece or whatever. There are two, I think, family name or big name companies in Japan right now, Niji Sanji and Hololive. And they're not competing necessarily, but they are the two VTuber groups I believe who have corporate backing. As far as independent virtual YouTubers, I think some of the more popular ones are Inuyama Tamaki and Shigeru Ui. Shigeru Ui is one of the artists slash illustrators for one of the VTubers in Hololive. And I know I sound a little bit off the walls and way too excited to talk about this, but I feel there's not really any discourse. I don't really have a lot of friends who are into VTubers. A lot of my interests, some of my friends don't necessarily share them, so it's kind of this is where I have my little platform and my space to do so, because I wanted to make a video. I think I will still make a video talking about the fame and the obsession and the weird orbiters around VTubers and how it kind of relates in this how it's kind of I guess birthed from idol culture and things like that in Japan and Korea, and how they have to be held to some of these ridiculous standards. But I think VTubers I think they have a lot less restrictions and are a little bit more laxed, especially now with after they have so many generations and so many other girls and guys and branches off corporations, things like that. I think it's interesting. I think just the concept of VTubers is kind of crazy because one of the founding fathers of virtual YouTubing is Kizuna Ai, and she debuted in 2015, I believe. So she's been doing this for 5 or so years. And she is kind of just this, she's not a very idol she does video gaming. I think she has performed, she's done collabs with, other YouTubers and things like that. And I think her thing is that she's supposed to be an AI because of her last name, Kizuna Ai. But I think it's just an actress, and, I don't know, she's very herself. I think she's screams, and there's a bunch of clips of her online that you can follow and you can get to know her a little bit better. But she was my first introduction to virtual YouTubers because I didn't really know that this was a thing. But I think with Kizuna Ai, she is more of a YouTuber in the sense that she does have small videos. Most of these virtual YouTubers are actual streamers, and they can stream from anywhere from an hour to literally 12 hours. I know Korone She is one of the little, I think she's fourth generation, or she's a part of Hololive Gamers. And she did like like a almost 24-hour stream of or a little bit over 24-hour stream of Assassin's Creed, I think, because she wanted to finish it. But she's actually really good at video games. That's what I think is really interesting about both Nijisanji and Hololive, is that they have a section, and I think it's disbanded now. They had a whole like generation of like gamers who solely are just people who are really, really, really good at games, like with Kanai and Kuzuha, and then a couple of the other people that debuted with. They are like amazing at Apex and things like that. So there's a lot of things. I'm not saying there's a lot of things, but I feel like with VTubers especially, they either have to be like an entertaining personality, they have to be really, really good at video games, they have to be really good at singing. Like I think who Sora and Suisei for Hololive, I think, are like more the typical idol people, because they have a lot of songs. They have a bunch of songs premiering. They have like music videos. What, and like they're very. I think they're more. I think they're more. What is the word that I would use? I think they're more reformed and I guess polite in their streams, but I don't really watch them. My favorites from Hololive, I think, are Pakora, Carne. Who else do I really like? I really Okayu. I think Okayu is really cute. Subaru is also really cute. The tomboys. I'm really cool. I think those are my favorite four. And then for Hollow Stars, which is the so what is Hollow Stars is like the male branch of Hololive, but they don't get as much attention. And that's also something that I wanted to rant about, because I don't know if because I know like they went to AGF, and AGF I believe is like the I don't know if it's the Animated Girls Festival, but it's basically like a convention that has a bunch of businesses and anime and a bunch of like entertainment thingies that are would be considered like women's entertainment, I believe, or that they are trying to like target the women audience and things like that, which makes sense. Kind of think of like the Oprah Winfrey Channel or like Lifetime, I guess, but with a bunch of like anime things and more geared towards women. I really, really like Hollow Stars. I feel like everyone has really good personality, and there's like, I don't know all of their names. My favorite personally is Robidu, and who else? I'm trying to think who else is in it. Who else? Well, I mean, Adnan and Robidu are my personal favorites, because I really, really like the design of their avatars. Sorry, I got sidetracked. The person that I was talking about, Speak of the Devil, messaged me. I feel like I have no train of thought for this episode. It's just more like me just gushing about VTubers. But I feel like Hollow Stars in general has a lot of talent and a lot of potential. Like they're great at voice acting. They're really funny at video games. They have a great dynamic with each other. I feel like they're a very talented group of people, and it makes me really sad when you compare like the Hollow Stars just in its side corporation in general to a lot of the male VTubers in Nijisanji, like Kane, Kuzuha, literally Ibrahim, any of the other ones, and they're not really getting as much attention. Like even I think at the biggest streams, maybe some of them, like I think Robinu had like 2,000 viewers at once, and Adnan had maybe like almost 1,000 or like 1,500, because he was doing an English only stream. And also I think a lot of more because of Hololive, I think they just had an English branch. They had an English branch in the States and things like that, and that kind of geared up a lot of more attention towards Hololive in general, so that they can get the overseas fans into it. So what does that even mean? What point am I making? Basically, I just wish that Hollow Stars had more attention, and they had more fans, and they had more fan art, because I think they're a very talented group of guys, and I feel like they deserve to be stars. And I feel like there's been, I think, 3 members so far that have left because of health issues, or have just left on their own volition, which is totally fine, it's totally okay. But it's just kind of sad to see that there's not gonna be any new talent, I think, so far, or that like Hololive doesn't really support them in general, and I wish they did, because I think the guys are on a lot of restrictions that they can only collab with each other. They can only collab with Hololive Indonesia. And it kind of just sucks, because I think they deserve more attention. They deserve more recognition. They deserve their flowers as hard as they work. Like I think like Robidu screen, he does like a regular like chit chat stream, and then he'll go into like an hour later or 30 minutes later and stream into a game stream. It's just like they put in so much work and effort, and I know that like they already have corporate backing with Hollow Stars and stuff like that, but I don't know. I feel like they have their time to shine, and I feel like it's gonna evade them, or I don't know, not to be like a Debbie Downer, but feel like it's it's more, how to say this? It would be sad. It would be disheartening as a fan to see them not even hit the peak of their success before, you know, they have to like end their careers or like depart, because I don't really know how much funding they're getting, because I saw a bunch of videos about like super chats and things like that, and those are just kind of like the Twitch donations, I guess, where like you can have a highlighted up message to the streamer so that they can look at it. That like some of the Nijisanji members, some of the male Nijisanji members are like millionaires. Well, not like millionaires, because like it gets taxed. It's like 20% goes to the company, 20% goes to YouTube, and then the rest goes to the VTuber. But I don't know. It's just really sad. But also like, what is the, I don't know. It's like also like, what is the enamoring? What makes them so palatable? What makes them so like attention driven? Or like, what is the appeal? That's what the question is. I guess I've always been someone who really, really likes live streamers, or who just likes streamers in general, especially people who are talented. Like, not to be, not to say that like some streamers aren't talented, but if you do have those big named streamers who don't really do much and who maybe just have not a lot of talent, like they're not necessarily good at video games. Maybe they're just I hate to use this word, but maybe they're just a titty streamer, or they're just going off, they're just attractive, or maybe they got in with some other bigger streamers and some bigger YouTubers, and now that they're popular. Not to say that they haven't put in work, you know, streaming, it is stressful, and I guess when you have that, like, that live cam, like the face cam taken away, and you just have the rig with an avatar, you don't really need to worry about your appearance, or you don't really need to worry about people, like, judging you, I guess. And it's just off of your personality. And I think that's what makes it so much more fascinating as VTubers. Like, just the idea of virtual YouTubers is that with the face cam taken away, they have to, you know, act out more with their personality and things like that. I think it's really interesting to, I guess, see how much work is put into it, because like with Robidu, like he's very, very entertaining, and I don't know if it's just because I'm biased because I really, really enjoy his content, or same thing with Bakura, that like she's really funny, like she's she's like a natural born comedian. Is she silly? Is she crazy? Is she kooky? Absolutely. I mean, but I guess to stand out in the VTuber crowd, you kind of have to be, like, especially with Inuyama Tamaki. He's very cute, but he is like a cross-dressing, like he's a boy who just dresses up as a girl, and I think that's really cute. And also, I guess, like with his like interviewing streams, he goes into like NSFW territory with like some of the Hololivers and some of the Nijisanji people, and I think it's interesting, I guess, because he goes that route, because we don't really get to see a lot of the, I guess, more adult side of VTubers, because they're all of age, most of them, even though some of them are maybe playing younger characters. I believe they have to be legally adult age. What else? Oh yeah, like she's an illustrator, so she does drawing streams and things like that. And she has voice acting talent, and she kind of just fucks with her audience. Like she did multiple like avatars of herself, and kind of did overlapping. And she did like a whole bit. So it's kind of like of them being really creative, I suppose, and also the dynamic of working with other VTubers who may be playing off it with their personalities. I think like a bunch of them are like demons or knights or you know, high school students. What else? Basically anything under the sun. I kind of like, that's from an anime. I guess they have an avatar of, like, Arunan is apparently an Italian man and is living in Japan, and that's what his avatar is supposed to be. And he's seen like as kind of like a grandpa, I suppose, of Hollow Stars. But he's very, I don't know, I feel like a lot of them have very endearing and warm personalities. Some of them, at least the ones that I listed, my favorite. Some of them, I guess, can be a little abrasive. Some of them can be a little whiny. Like, I don't necessarily like all of the Hololive English girls. I do love Ina Nino Mayes, I think that's her name. But she's like an illustrator and artist, and apparently she has done like actual like corporate work with other companies, and I think that's super cool. The other ones, I don't know, I don't really like them. They're not my cup of tea, and I think that's what I really, really like with, I guess, the companies, because I don't know. Oh yeah, Nijisanji does have a English branch as well, but their virtual YouTubers don't really get a lot of attention for some reason, and I don't know why. Like when you compare, they debuted, I think about I think now would be maybe 10 months before the English Hololive girls, and they get a fraction of the attention. And so I don't really know why they don't get. Maybe it's because they're not girls, or maybe it's because their avatars aren't attractive, or maybe it's because of X, Y, and Z. I don't really know. I don't know. It's kind of like, because it's not that to say like, oh, Nijisan is a better company and things like that, but I feel like the appeal of Nijisanji to the female audience is kind of wider because they have more. I guess they have more of an option with the men, and also it's not like Hololive where it's segregated to where you have a Hololive and Holostars. It's all Nijisanji. They have everyone together, and I actually really like that. And there's not, I don't know about what restrictions they would have with like not being able to collab with each other. Like I think with some VTubers, or like within these two corporations, or within Hololive in general, I think after your 3 months of your own streaming, then you can collab with other members and other branches as well. Because I also love all of the Hololive Indonesia girls, Iofi, Risu, and Muna. Muna kind of got her flowers when she collabed with Pecora with her little Usada construction company. In Minecraft, they just like built some stuff in Minecraft, and Muna helped Pecora get like defeated the Wither or something. I thought that was really cute. So a lot of people know more about Hololive Indonesia. And the same thing, I guess, I don't know if it's the same thing, but a lot of the Nijisanji Indonesia characters as well, their avatars are actually really cool, and I guess they have really interesting stories. But I would definitely encourage everyone to kind of look into VTubers, and even though it's kind of like very otaku-esque, or like, I guess, pandering to people who love anime and who already have a love for anime culture, I don't know, because I think like what people would describe them as is just like real life anime girls or real life anime people. But I think once you get past that, they're very endearing and they feel very real. And even though it is a character that they're playing at the end of the day, I don't know why I feel a sense of comfort in watching them. And maybe because I am the target audience, I have that neat energy, I have those weeb vibes, and that's why I appreciate them so much. But I think once like you think about their passion and think of how much time they're spending like with streaming and things like that, it's exhausting to be a streamer. That you have to entertain your audience, you have to entertain your chat, you have to make sure you're thanking your super chat donators or your Twitch donators. You have to not be boring. There's a lot of things, and you also have to make sure you have a decent fucking computer, and that it can hold games and that you can play all the things that you want to play, or take requests, or even sing, because a lot of the Hololive girls and even Holostars, and I don't know how often the Nijisanji livers do it, but as well, like the Hololivers, they will occasionally do those singing, what is it called, karaoke streams. That's what they are. They will like have something they'll have like a list of songs from like the audience and stuff like that, and then they'll sing it. Like I think Gargura did one, and that kind of spiked her popularity, and she hit 1 million before Fubuki and Kurone, which kind of made me sad because like Gura just debuted, and Fubuki and Kurone had been like working for a really, really long time to garner their popularity, besides just being cute, And it's not that, I don't know, I don't want to be like bitter about the Hololive English girls, because I think they're all extremely talented, they all deserve their flowers, but it's also like a lot of the Japanese girls, a lot of the other people in Hololive and Holostars have been working for a really, really long time to garner their popularity and to maintain their audience and to get these donations, and they just come and look cute and speak English, and then they get all the money. But who knows? Maybe the Holostars will have their rising. Maybe more people will go into Nijisanji. Maybe, who knows? That's me gushing about how much I love virtual YouTubers and how they're really cute, and how I am just I haven't donated any money. I do spend quite a bit of time looking at clips and then participating in some streams. But there's a lot of people who are really talented, and I feel like they deserve their flowers, and so go check them out. I'll like leave links down below, I guess, to some of my favorite streamers, as well as the links that I usually leave down below. I think next episode we'll probably talk more about Serial Experiments lanes, and I'll be a little bit more structured, because goddamn, I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. I feel like I have a lot of word filler. I feel like it wasn't making any sense. But I guess when you have like worms for brains like me, and all you want to talk about is just attractive virtual YouTubers who you're just attracted to their avatar, there's not much to say besides, oh, haha, they make funny noise, they're cute, they're attractive, but I don't know. I didn't make any points and nothing made sense, but you know what? That's fine, that's valid, that's fair. To me at least I think so. If anyone listened to this, thank you for listening, thank you for watching. If the visualizer goes up on time, because I take forever to edit these because I want to find the background. I also feel like I'm balding. I don't want to go bald. I'm terrified of going bald. Anyways, that was me gushing about VTubers for 20 minutes, even though it was unnecessary, even though I made no points. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you will come back. I hope you will stay. Thank you for listening and for watching, and I will see you in the next one.